Welcome to our tour of Granary Burying Ground.
There's my husband. This is Mark. This is my husband, who is my partner in crime. He goes on every one of my adventures. As a matter of fact, we do them together. Without him, I couldn't do this. So say hello to my husband, Mark. Now let's go ahead. Go ahead and just take these paths. It is just beautiful here. The weather couldn't be better, and it's just quite lovely. Excuse the background noise, but there's an awful lot of construction going on here and there throughout the city and around this area. But isn't this amazing? Personally, I've seen some pretty old stones, but I've never seen any quite this old. Now, I can't even give you a date on these stones, but they're quite lovely. Just these little skulls. You'll see them quite a bit on not only this cemetery, but the King's Cemetery that I already introduced you to in another video. I love them. So we're going to take a center path or a semi-center path. You see, we've got stones on both sides. I don't know. As I mentioned just a moment ago, I don't think I can find a date on these. But we're going to get to some of the more famous stones. Oh, by the way, that monolithic statue there, it is not where Benjamin Franklin is buried. It's where his parents were buried. Just a little trivia. Isn't this amazing? Yes, the cemetery gets quite a few visitors. So now I'm going to cut for a moment so I can join my husband, and we'll continue on. I'll be right back. And a little bit closer to this one. I find this one interesting. Look at all the moss. But is this not just one of the most, to me, this was one of the most beautiful cemeteries I have ever visited. So much history. Some of these are even outside the chain fencing. Isn't that sweet? Well, as you can see with this one, it seems there's another headstone right in front of it. So perhaps this is how they buried family together. I'm only assuming.
Here lies the body of M. Nathaniel Richardson, age 29 years, December to April of 26, 1730.
Perfect. Can you read that one, honey?
Here lies body of Nathaniel Richardson, age 69 years, December to 1799.
Perfect.
This tomb is the property of Elizabeth Hickling and Mary Houghton, heirs of Diak John Lee.
Notice on some of these other stones, I don't know if that's a moss of some sort or what, but isn't that interesting? Some sort of growth. I mean, because it is quite wet here in Boston at times. As a matter of fact, it rained today, but we're out here. Just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
This is the Franklin Family Monument. It marks the resting place of Benjamin Franklin's parents, Josiah and Abiah Franklin. Though Benjamin himself is not buried here, he rests in Philadelphia. This monument honors the family roots of one of America's most brilliant founding fathers.
Up close and personal with Benjamin Franklin's father and mother. Their burial is right here. On to this one. The Fighting Armstrongs. Tomb 192 holds the remains of the Armstrong family. In 1776, the patriarch, Colonel John Armstrong, 1776, marched to Long Island with his two sons, Captain John Armstrong and Major Samuel Armstrong, 1754 to 1810, where their troops engaged the British Army. Colonel Armstrong was killed on the battlefield while his sons were wounded and barely escaped. His grandson, Samuel Terrell Armstrong, 1784 to 1850, was a publisher, banker, and statesman who held a number of political offices, including mayor and acting governor. The inscription was placed by descendant Lieutenant George Washington Armstrong, 1792 to 1866, who served in the War of 1812, which is the Armstrong family here. Isn't that fascinating? This one's different. Oh, here comes Mr. Paul Revere. It's a wonderful chap. Hello. Pleasure meeting you.
Oh, I can't reach
It's just one tombstone after another. Just everywhere. I don't know, perhaps my husband knows. What is the oldest tombstone here? I guess it would be from the very beginning.
Well, it started in 1660,
So started in 1660.
1660 and after.
I have no idea what the last tombstone that was placed here, or the last burial. Again, there is Benjamin Franklin's parents' monument and burial. Look at this. Now, this is almost like one that might have been broken in half, as you can see, because not all writing is there, so it apparently was broken in half somehow. Interesting, though. And he's right underneath. It looks like Goodwin, the tomb of O. Goodwin, 1810. And it's number 87. Here's number 86. Adam Babcock's tomb, 1810, as you can see. Adam Babcock's. This one's pretty elaborate. As you can see, look at the detail in this. I'm going to come up closer here so you can see this. Isn't that fascinating? And this is the tomb. Looks like the Stillman. Oh, it's a little difficult to read. The writing's very interesting. Stillman and Benini's? Forgive me, my glasses just don't seem to help me these days. But isn't that interesting? Look at the detail. I love it. Another one looks like a family crest. But you know, you've got these beautiful little stones that people leave. And now, I can't quite remember what the reason is, but I think it's just in memory of. Imagine living in these beautiful homes right next to this where you look down. For me, it would be a treat. It would be an absolute treat. I can just imagine what might have transpired while people look downward if they seen any figures, any ghostly figures, and the like. But I think it would be absolutely marvelous.
Here lies Samuel Adams, patriot, revolutionary leader, and one of the founding fathers of America. His courage helped ignite the flames of independence, and his name still echoes through history.
Here lies the body of M. Nathaniel Shannon, age 68 years, died August the 29th, 1723. He was born in 1655, settled in Boston in 1687, was naval officer of the port of Boston from 1701 to 1723, became a member of the Old South Church in 1701.
Amazing. Now look at the detail in this. Isn't that beautiful? The detail is just gorgeous. And again, several more of these tomb-like structures. So I'm just guessing that there is either more than one body, in the plot, or perhaps they were just more like the monumental type. This one here has bricks. I wonder if there was a piece of glass in this at one time. In the old days, they would put glass. Many of you probably know that. In coffins, very strange little windows. Maybe, maybe not, but in any event, it's kind of a fun idea. Again, more moss. This has a pretty neat pattern. This one here is quite interesting. I can't tell if it looks to me like it's a family crest. If you notice, that's definitely a family crest. Amazing, isn't it? This is a tomb or headstone for 20 people. Now, don't ask me if they're all tucked in there or, somewhat like in the South where I lived before, in New Orleans, they would have the above ground tombs, and those were always family shared tombs. So when a person passed away, say it was like, several years later, they would just push the body forward and put the next body inside. So I don't know how it was done here, but that's how they do it in Louisiana. But this is very interesting. It's the Archibald family.
They top of each other. I don't know.
And they died when?
Well, they died like almost 90 years apart. So
yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah,
so you've got the
same tomb.
You've got several decades between each other.
Wow. Amazing.
Fascinating. My husband's going this way. Let's see where he's taking us to. And he's walking fast. Paul Revere. Born in Boston, January 1734, died May 1818. Isn't that marvelous? As you know, some people left little stones on top. And here is Mr. Revere's tomb. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Since we can get this close at least, there's not even a chain barrier here, so we can get a little bit closer to these. They're absolutely fascinating. I think it's only two that I've seen here that have like the face and the angel's wings. And then here's another with the skull and angel wings. Just fascinating. Number 3, the tomb of William Gooch, or W.Y. Gooch.
This monument marks the graves of the victims of the Boston Massacre of 1770. Their deaths stirred outrage across the colonies and helped to fuel the spirit of the American Revolution. Today, this stone stands as a solemn reminder of the price paid on the path to liberty.
Okay, so now we found ourselves at Mother Goose's tomb. And what was her name? Can you read that, honey? Mary Goose. That's actually her name, is Mary Goose. Isn't that sweet? For those of you who know about, these children's rhymes and fairy tale books and so forth, there was one story I remember called The Mother Who Lived in the Shoe Who Had Too Many Children. She didn't know what to do. Perhaps that rings a bell with some of you, but this is great. This one says, in memory of Nancy Maine. That's about the most I can get off of that one. This one is Frank, servant to John Hancock. About this stone. It is amazing. Look at the detail in the skeleton. Is that beautiful? And it says, let me read it to you. This one we can actually read it. Here lies buried the body of M. Elizabeth Ireland, and I think it says wife to M. William Ireland, age 52 years. She was born December, passed October 12th, 1738. Is that amazing? Love it.
Here lies buried the body of M. Elijah Dubeld, who departed this life July 8th, 1750, in the year of his age, 45th year of his age.
Imagine.
I like it say, here's the body.
I do hope that you enjoyed this little tour with Mark and I.
I love the city.
Honestly, if you ever come to Boston, you've got to come to these cemeteries. They are incredible. And the history is just unbelievable. There is so much history.
Here's a glimpse of a tour we joined at the John Hancock Memorial, the final resting place of a patriot and governor of Massachusetts. John Hancock was a revolutionary leader best remembered for the boldest signature in American history. At the corners of the Granary Burying Ground, you'll notice a winged hourglass carved in stone. This symbol reminded mourners that time is always fleeting. The sands of life slip away quickly. The wings carry the hourglass upward, a sign of the soul's journey beyond death. For the Puritans, it was both a warning and a promise that time flies and eternity awaits. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed our tour of Granary Burying Ground in Boston, Massachusetts. Until next time, stay curious and keep the spirit of history close.
Copyright 2025. Paranormal Tendency, a Haunted Soul production. All rights reserved.